What's going on, guys? It is Alone Courier here, and I am here finally to give you guys my Doom review. Now, I am aware it's been over a month and a week since I said that I was going to do my Doom review, but yeah, I kind of got a little bit delayed. You know, there's been so many games that, I'm fucking kidding, I just had no time to make it. And every single time I have tried to make this video, I've not been satisfied with it, so here we fucking go. I hope this is good enough. So, Doom 4, or Doom 2016, I don't fucking know. I guess it's a reboot, I don't know. It's very confused and it's very muddled what this game is, whether it's a reboot of Doom the franchise or if it's a continuation of Doom. It's not made specifically clear, as Doom doesn't really have a story as such. Now, yes, this game does actually have a story, fucking obviously. It's got more story than a porno movie, that's all you really need to know. It's got a better story than Twilight, at least. Yeah, but it's Doom, so obviously it does. The way Doom kind of tells you its story is through like subtle storytelling, so it's really fucking good the way it is. You know, the game doesn't throw exposition down your throat, where it does in one small part of the game, which is just this one part where it stops you moving for a little bit just to shove some exposition down your throat and explain some shit, which is good because you're kind of like, what the fuck's going on here? And then you kind of explain it and it's like, okay, I'll just go and kill some demons. But that's basically what this game is. You know, if you're playing this game expecting a AAA blockbuster fucking story like The Last of Us, fuck the fuck out of Doom. You're not playing this game for story, you're playing this game for the gameplay, and it does definitely give you gameplay. It definitely does give you some great fucking gameplay. If you're a fan of the original Doom games, you will not be disappointed. And if you're a fan of Brutal Doom, even fucking better, because this game is like Brutal Doom on steroids. And I think Brutal Doom did actually inspire this game a lot in development. Obviously, Doom, it's kind of had different faces, you know. In Doom 3, it was kind of more a horror game, which disappointed some people, but it was a good enough game at the same time, you know. It's better than Doom 3 at least, you know. It's returned to the classic Doom formula of just mindless run and gun, which is not bad, it's good. I really do enjoy the mindless run and gun, so that's not a complaint there. But the campaign though, the campaign is the best part of the game, hands down, you know. The story moves well, you know, the story does make sense by the end of it. You know, it doesn't really explain things to you as much, but the story will make fucking sense by the end of it, that's to say the least. But the campaign is really good, the weapon upgrades and such in the campaign are nice. The weapons, you know, there's no cast to this game, well there is obviously, but I don't really feel like the cast of characters are that important. The cast is more like the weapons, and man, the weapons, they're fucking great, seriously. The weapons in the Doom campaign are insanely fun. You've got weapons like the Gauss Cannon, which is just, it's just a Gauss Cannon, it's fucking awesome. Seriously, if you ever thought the rocket launcher was insane in the original Doom games, then you need to get your fucking hands on the Gauss Cannon. It's just this big, there's no other way to describe it than just fucking meaty. Seriously, this gun is awesome. I don't know what it is, but I fucking love this gun. Seriously, it was in the multiplayer beta, and even in the campaign, it's just fun annihilating the shit out of people with this gun, dude. It just feels so fucking good, you know. It's like a gun that feels like a fucking gun, which is a big thing in recent FPSs, you know. Recent FPSs have forgotten what guns are actually like, and Doom definitely does get guns right on all fronts. They're loud, they do a lot of damage, and it's great, you know. It's fucking great. It's what Doom was expected to be, and it did perform well on that front, so it's good enough. The weapons are great, as I said. The weapon upgrades are very nice, and this campaign actually has got something very nice that's tucked away in the background, which is the Codex. Now the Codex does actually explain a lot of background on these demons if you're interested in reading it, and if you've got time to read through a Codex between ripping demons apart and beating the shit out of Barons of Hell when, you know, you're playing the game. You know, there is a Codex that's in the background. It gives you a little bit of information about the demons, gives you a little bit of lore, and it tells you about a lot of the way things work, you know, such as the weapons and modifications and stuff like that. It's a nice little thing to have. Also, it's got the map in it as well, which helps you finding all them secrets, which is what you're going to have to do in Doom. Seriously, I do recommend going for finding fucking secrets. You'll get weapons way earlier than you're supposed to. It's not obviously a cheat if you're getting the weapons way earlier than you're supposed to. But if you do it that way, you're going to get weapons in your hands a lot earlier than you would if you were just searching normally, or if you were just waiting until you get them. I've seen people running around with like super shotguns way earlier in the campaign than you're supposed to, which is another cool thing. It's got a new game feature that carries all your progress over from the previous campaign. So you start off at the start, but you've got the boost jumps, you've got the heavy shotguns, you've got the heavy weapons, stuff like that. It's fucking awesome. And a few other things I want to say is the campaign makes sense, is brilliant. The story in it is very, very interesting. Seriously, not Ubisoft. Who the fuck? Why the fuck am I talking about Ubisoft? I feel like cutting my tongue out of my mouth there. id Software didn't really try to make a story with this game, but seriously, dude, they have made a huge fucking story. People on the internet are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with the Doom story because it doesn't really get explained to you. You're just left to figure it out by yourself. And seriously, when you get to the end of the game, you kind of figure it out a little bit more, and it's like, dude, I could get myself so fucking immersed in this story. It is brilliant. And it didn't even try and make a story. That's the best thing about it. So yeah, the Doom campaign performs excellent on all fronts. I highly recommend playing this campaign at least once before you die. You owe it to yourself. If you're an FPS fan, you must play Doom. Doom, you must fucking play it. So moving on to the next thing, multiplayer. Now multiplayer, if you're playing this game for multiplayer, you're going to be disappointed. Now, I hate to say that, but this game isn't an arena shooter. If you're a fan of arena shooters, you may as well just go and play an Unreal Tournament or hold out for Quake Champions, assuming Quake Champions will be a traditional arena shooter. But this game, it takes away the traditional arena systems in all ways. You know, it removes the pickup weapons. The way you use weapons in this game is you choose them via loadouts. Now that probably doesn't seem too bad to the people that play Call of Duty on this channel, but to the people that understand arena shooters and the importance of pickup weapons in these games, you will realise how bad that is for Doom to have loadouts. Now, even Halo at this point is more of an arena shooter than Doom is. You know, in Halo, Halo's weird because it's not exactly an arena shooter, but it still kind of is. You know, it's kind of like the same with Doom, because Doom, it's still got that arena shooter behind all that shite, but, you know, it's just, Halo also is kind of like that. You know, Halo, you don't move anywhere near as fast as you do in traditional arena games. There is no gigantic rocket jumps or anything like that. You know, it's just the way Halo works. But Halo does have the arena system of starting off equally. You know, you all start off with the exact same weapons, and that is the worst thing that Doom could have done with loadouts, because you're not starting equal, you're all starting with different weapons, which is kind of nice because sometimes your teammates might diversify in the weapons they use, and you'll have a fully stacked out team in weapons for every kind of situation. You know, like people will have rocket launchers, snipers, stuff like that, so it just makes for a more well-rounded team. But overall, Doom didn't really need loadouts. Doom shouldn't have loadouts. It kind of ruins the game, and it really pays testament to how fucking bad this generation of games is. You know, this generation of games, I'm trying not to like tarnish every game with the same brush, but you know, every game is trying to dumb itself down this generation to match up to Call of Duty. You know, fucking, as I've said before, Halo's done it, Battlefield did it with Hardline, Star Wars Battlefront did it. All these games have dumbed themselves down to match up to Call of Duty and try and sell as much as Call of Duty does, and it's so upsetting to see games that we all love do this. You know, it's like, come on, I was expecting so much more from this game, and it's like, yeah, fucking loadouts, you're gonna love that, and it's like, come on, id Software, you made one of the best game series ever. You're like the fucking gods of FPS games. You know, if it wasn't for you guys, FPSs wouldn't even be a thing these days. Well, it would, but it would nowhere near be the same as Doom. The same as it is nowadays. You know, because id Software, they came out with Wolfenstein 3D, and then they came out with Doom, and then they came out with Quake. They actually changed the face of FPS games. They made it what it is today. If it wasn't for those guys, FPSs wouldn't be what they are now. And it's so sad to see that the FPS genre has just gone downhill, and so has Doom, to try and match up in terms of sales, and that is really upsetting. If you play this game for the multiplayer, you're going to be disappointed, but campaign, it is the star. It has stole the show, and I highly recommend you play this game for the campaign. You know, if you're going to buy this game on Steam during the Steam sale, I would highly recommend it. Play the campaign, put a couple hours in on multiplayer, and forget about it. Come back to the campaign if you want, but just do not waste your time on the multiplayer. It is infuriating, and I can't really say the anger and infuriation is quite worth the reward, because it's not for me, and it's not for a lot of you guys as well. But I personally think the multiplayer I'm torn between it, because I kind of think it's enjoyable, but I kind of think it's infuriating. You know, fuck me right, it's kind of annoying. But yes, I will still play it, but I highly recommend you guys don't. It's kind of like a drug. I'm fucking hooked on it at this point. It's awesome. But you guys, you know, don't waste your time on the multiplayer. Snap Map is awesome. Snap Map is this other mode. It's kind of like an in-game editor system. You know, it's kind of like Forge from Halo, except you can make your own game modes, you can make your own maps. People have made fucking Quake maps in this game. People have made Quake multiplayer in this game. It's insane. You know, you can set up Doom to be an arena shooter game if you want, which is sad because you can only play with 4 other players. 3 other players actually, including yourself, so that's 4 players. That's sad because you can actually set up Doom to have arena style rules without demons, which I forgot to mention when I was talking about multiplayer, but demons shouldn't be in multiplayer. They fuck up the balance, they ruin it, and it's infuriating. But demons are annoying. There should be playlists without demons. That would be so much better. Just saying, you know. But in Snap Map you can customize your own game modes. You can make game modes that are arena style without the demons, without the loadouts, and it'll be like an arena shooter again. Yay! But it's sad because you can only play with 3 other people. You get my frustrations here, or at least I hope you do, because it kind of feels like I'm going insane here, sitting talking to my fucking monitor and kind of encouraging people to reply, you know. Just, yeah, I'm going to end the video because it's getting awkward. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been the Lone Courier, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I always do appreciate it. And yeah, if you've got any opinions on Doom, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you've got any questions about Doom, leave them in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yes, my final verdict on Doom 4, or Doom 2016, Doom, the fucking reboot. Doom, I recommend that you play this game just for the campaign. Maybe Snap Map as well if you're into that kind of thing. But do not pick up this game for multiplayer, because multiplayer is broken as fuck. It's very infuriating, and campaign is just so much better. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been the Lone Courier, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.